Here we are today, we're getting ready to do some ribs. So I just want to bring y'all along for the ride here. Let me show you how I do ribs. This is just not competition cooking, it's just backyard cooking. So we're gonna slice off this excess fat right here. There's a little tail on here. We don't need that stuff flat right there. We're gonna cut that off. And this piece of scrap meat, I'm gonna trim that up a little bit. I think we'll trim this out just a little bit here. And we're gonna pull the membrane off as well. Let me get to that back there. Then we're gonna season it. So just bear with me a few minutes and we get this thing trimmed up. We're gonna have some great stuff in the morning. We'll get them on the grill. I'll show you how to light the grill. I'm not one of those fancy cooks with all the bells and whistles. I'm gonna show you how to do just a charcoal type grill and kind of some indirect heat. So that should be trimmed up enough for us. And it looks good. Like I said, this is a good slab of meat. These are St. Louis style pork ribs. They're not their baby backs. The baby backs just, to me, just doesn't have the flavor some of them should. So I do a St. Louis style ribs, and that's what we're doing today. Like so, trim a little bit more off of here. This is gonna be okay. You want some marbling in here, it's gonna cook out, but you want enough of it off of here that it will. This is the thing that you need to pull. There's a membrane on here. We need to pull that membrane off. I use just a butter knife. Get underneath it there somewhere. Just work your way under that butter with a butter knife. And it just pulls right off, if we'll see in just a minute. Of course, this one won't tonight, right? So we're underneath the membrane. You just take your fingers here. And if it's too slick, you grab your paper towel. And you just grab it here. And I did wash all my hands, right? I did wash my hands before we started. And I'm gonna wash them here in just a minute as well. When we get this pulled off, I'll show you what kind of seasoning we're using, how we get it ready. We're gonna let them sit overnight in the refrigerator with the seasoning on them. Just kind of let that stuff soak in. And then tomorrow we're gonna light a grill. And we're gonna smoke these babies. I use charcoal, you'll see. And I think this time we're gonna use a little peach flavor. See that membrane just pulling right off of there? So we're just able to pull that membrane right off. And like I say, we don't want that membrane on there. The seasoning just can't quite get there. It will cook off, but the seasoning will just not get to the meat as well. So let's just take that off. We're moving right along, right? Just bear with me till we get this off. This one's being a little stubborn, but it'll come off. Just gotta keep working at it. And there we are. We got the membrane off of it. We got it right here. We're gonna take this right here. We got that paper towel out of there. And we're ready to start doing some seasoning. I like to season this side first, and we're gonna put it on some foil overnight. That's a good piece of meat. We're not gonna take that off. So here we go. I like a little mustard, just plain old yellow mustard. That's what we're gonna use today. We're gonna just rub this in here. This is what I call a binder. It's gonna really make the seasoning stick really well to it. So we're gonna do a binder right here. We got the mustard on it. I'm gonna flip it. Look at that piece of meat. Isn't that nice? It's a little messy looking, but it's okay. It's worth it in the long run. Okay, we got a binder on there. Let me go wash my hands. Wash the mustard off my hands. This is Heath Riles. He is really a competition barbecue. I just seen where he won the ribs. He run national ribs with Memphis in May 2025. So it's really recently. We're gonna really give these a good coating with this. And like I said, we're just gonna let it put in there. Just kind of let it bounce off your hand right here. That's what it's doing on the sides. We're just kind of bouncing it back up on the ribs. We're really gonna coat these really nice because we want them heavy coated. This is a garlic jalapeno rub. We'll link it in the description and below. So if you want to get some of this and pick up some of this makes a real good seasoning. And I like the color, so I'll use a little paprika. Just a little bit, just kind of give it a little more red color on top of that. I'm not one of those guys that use as much salt. We may salt it on later during the day tomorrow. We're gonna kind of let that sit there a minute. And like I say, they got the mustard on there really soaking it in and really grabbing it for us. We're gonna flip this over. You notice these cutting boards, they're disposable type cutting boards. So we're able to just kind of just use them and then kind of wash them off, or if we wanted to, or just toss them. My grandson is a gluten intolerant, so we use a lot of disposable stuff, so we don't keep that. Had to break it up a little bit there. Let's finish this rib out. You can even take this and put it in a little blender or a grinder. Little grinder. We have a little sifter that I put them in, but this is glow up, flow and fail very well. Look at there. Got all that done. I'm bouncing it back up on here. I'm bouncing it back in here. It's a really good coating on here. We're done with that one. A little bit of paprika, and we probably should use some salt. And then we can let this set overnight, and we'll get it on the grill tomorrow. And I'll show you how to light the grill. We're gonna cook with a little indirect heating, and you'll see how these turn out. We're gonna cook and get some smoke. Probably gonna use we're gonna use charcoal. Probably gonna use some peach wood. Just stay around to the end, and we'll just keep going through the process till we get this thing done. Stay to the end and see what these look like by tomorrow afternoon. Thank you. Good morning. Here we are back this morning. We've got up to the charcoal grill. I'm cooking on a Oklahoma Joe, one of the larger grills they have out here. Just come from Home Depot or Lowe's, whatever you pick up from. You know, it's no big fancy thing. But we're going to cook indirect heat today. It is a smoker. You see, we got the smoker box down here. I'm not kind of using a smoker box today. I wanted to kind of do with a grill style. So here we are today. I'm getting ready to light this. I've already put some charcoal in here, and I've got a fire starter in here. Let's start this thing up and see what it looks like. We're gonna let this thing get hot this morning as we go away for a little while. Take about 35, 40 minutes, maybe an hour to get it up to temperature. Then we're gonna move the racks down here, and then we're gonna put our ribs on. And later on, we're gonna cook a little bit of chicken and put them on as well. But today, this main focus is gonna be the ribs. I want to just show you how we cook all the ribs. Okay, so we got our pit coming up to temperature this morning. It's time to put some ribs on. I hope y'all are enjoying this video. I started this with a tumbleweed type deal. This is from Raw Oaks. I don't like to use chemicals in my grill. I don't want to use charcoal lighter. I normally use this style, or I use a chimney. But as we're getting this going, as you notice here, this is peach wood. This is peach wood. It's been dried and ordered. And so we're going to add the peach wood for a little flavor. It's going to give it that really peach smoky flavor. Can make it a little bit sweeter. So let's go ahead and get these ribs on. These are the ribs we seasoned last night. As you can tell, we've got all the seasoning on them here. Look how that turned out. Got a lot of seasoning in here. We may even re-season these in a little bit. But let's go ahead and slide my rack down and get these in some smoke. We're gonna put them in indirect heat. We're using indirect heat today. And so we got a fire on this end, so you can use it on most any grill. This is a very simple method. I'm gonna place that one there. Look in here, look at how good those look. These are gonna be some fine eating today. And I place them there, and we got them cooking here. As you can see, the smoke is coming. The fire is going, the temperatures come up. We're running about 225 degrees at this point. We may run about 275. We're gonna choke this down just a little bit. Then we're gonna close this lid up and see what the smoke does. Okay, here we are, we're back. It's been 2.5 hours since we've been out here looking at the grill. We're gonna raise this grill up again. Look at the smoke coming out of here. We want to take the temperature. It may be time to flip these babies. Let's see where we at. Temperature about 145. So this time to flip these, it's not going to be long, and we don't need to wrap these. So let's just flip them over. See if I can do that one-handed. Yes, we can. Ooh-wee, look at them. We're going to give them another 30 minutes, and then we're gonna wrap these babies. There's a fire going right here. Fire looking good. Yep. Still got a fire in here. We got it looking really well. As we're coming around, you can see the ribs. They're really looking nice. We're gonna get a little more of the peach flavor on them here. They got that peach smoking. It's going good. So let's come back in a little bit. Let's close her up. Let's do this. We're gonna check the temperature. We got our stuff ready just in case it's gonna work. We're looking at right here. See what our temperature is. 165 is where we need to be. We're ready to pull these. Here we go. We're want to let's have a layer of brown sugar here. We're gonna put them face down. So we're gonna do a little layer of brown sugar right here. Again, my hands are clean. I just checked them out again. I'm gonna do a little bit of brown sugar here. I've got some butter, melted, some butter, a little bit of Coke. You just pour that over. We got the cup right here so it don't run off. So this is where we're at now. We want to grab that back rib. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? What a wonderful rib. Look at that right there. Isn't that beautiful? Now we're going to put this down right here. We're going to put some more brown sugar on top. We'll smear that around a little bit. And we're going to wrap these babies up. And that moisture in here, this is a mixture. We've talked about that just a minute. Moisture is there. I got double layers of foil here. I want 2 layers of foil. Yeah, 2 layers of foil. Just to wrap that thing up, cut it tight. And we're at 165 now. We want to be right around that 206 mark, right over, maybe a little bit above it. So maybe 206, 209. Got to be above 200. Make it really tender. I'm doing the same thing here for this other rib. Just going to lay the sugar down. And we're going to throw all our liquid on here. This is real butter. Half real butter and half Coca-Cola. So it gives you the flavor you need as well as the sweetness. But also what you're looking for the liquid in here to really make the brown sugar caramelize and melt. So here we go again. Oh man, these are going to be good. My wife likes them sweet, so this is going to be sweet, guys. I promise you, this is going to be sweet. Now fold it over here. Fold these ends. Always fold them up. You want to keep all that liquid in there. You're doing 2 layers of foil so it does not soak through. So we got those done. Grill's still holding a good temp. And we're going to close this up. Probably take another hour or so. And we'll check them again and see what temperature are in about an hour. So just bear with me and see where we're at today. Thank you. Here we are in the bright sunlight. This is our deal here. Ooh, wait, this looks good. This looks good. Look, can you see that? Yep. 206, we're right there, guys. That's it. 206. Let me grab these. We're going to pull them out of here. You see that nice rib there? We're going to put them down on a new piece of foil. Remember, I had the double foil. We're going to put them down here. We're going to take this out of the way. We'll just set this over here for now. We're going to finish cooking them right here. That's good. That's good. Good stuff. So here we are. We're right here. We're going to pour on this. We're going to paint this stuff in. And we're going to let it simmer for a few more minutes, and then we'll be ready to eat. Can you believe that? Look at those ribs. Wow. Those look good. About 15 minutes here. We'll just let them get some more simmer. Just kind of seal this in. I'm gonna do another coating here. I just like this. This is a Sticky Fingers Carolina sauce. You can use whatever you like, but I'm just kind of liking this kind of sauce today. We will try some other sauces in the future, but I like this one. This is one of my favorites at the time. So we're going to use this one, and we're just going to put the grill back down and let her simmer for a few minutes, and we'll come back and be ready to test this one. What do you think of that, guys? I love this. So let's just kind of move it back in here, keep it on the foil. I don't want my juices getting away, so we're going to hang in right there. See you in a few more minutes. This is the true test, so we get to take them off of here. They have cooled down just a touch. We're going to put them on a cutting board here. Can you see those? Man, look at those ribs. Look at those ribs. That just been the bum there today. We're going to turn these a little bit. We're going to pull them up in just a few minutes. But for now, we want to cut into these. Let's check these out. I happen to have a knife right here. These are the best ribs I've cooked this month. As you can see, look at that. Can you see that? The bones are ready to just pulling out of there. So they're really tender. Very well choice meat. These are St. Louis style ribs, as we told you when you started. Now we get to do the taste test, right? How long does it take to cook a set of ribs? How long do you cook them? I cook them till they're done, right? These are nice. I can't find a bone. Turn it over, see how crooked these bones are. They can run it at a slant. That's the reason I couldn't cut through them. Let's go back down to this end. Let's see if we can cut one out of here. I just want this one end piece right here. Yeah, much better. Look at that meat. Can you see that? Wonderful. Look at that rib. That is a great rib. Juicy, really there, and it's too hot to test. Got a little cartridge on the end. See that smoke ring right there? Got a smoke ring on both sides going around it. So we got the smoke just right. I'm gonna test this in just a minute. Just give me a few minutes. Like I said, we started these last night. We did the seasoning on them. These are St. Louis style ribs, and they were fresh. They were not frozen. They were ready to eat. So we started last night. Got them done today. Please continue to follow me. We're going to do a lot more cooking as well as the different simple recipes and see how simple this really is to create your favorite recipe. Then we're also going to do some gardening around here. We're going to do some potting plants and a few more things and maybe some helpful hints how to take care of your own house. So it's going to be around the house with Chris. Grab your cup of coffee and enjoy the videos.